Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. I'm glad to see so many people. I have no idea why there are so many more here than usual. Please stay for the whole meeting. Remind you, I don't normally do this, but if you could silence your phone, make it a little more pleasant for everybody else, not to have phones ringing. Okay, I'm Ellen Thomas. You all know that. I'm going to call the meeting to order. And I thought this was kind of fun since this is the anniversary. What is it? Quasi semi-centennial, whatever, the 250 years. This is, you know, the American animal. And it just happens that this month is National Bison Month. So it sort of fits nicely. And with that, and it's also National Family Reunion Month. Those of you that are having one or plan one. National Cell Phone Courtesy Month. That's why I reminded you. I don't normally, but I thought it fit today. It's National Ice Cream Month. Definitely. Everybody wants that. And it's National Anti-Boredom Month. So this is the first. You've got a whole month to relieve your boredom. Okay, thank you very much. And for the first item of business, we have approval of minutes from the June 3rd meeting. Is there a motion for approval? You should have all gotten paper copies in your mailbox. Carolyn Thomas moves. Belva seconded. Okay, thank you. All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? Thank you. Motion carries. And we'll welcome Alexis. Right off the top. I figured you wanted to get out.
Hi, everyone. This is a full house. 35 extra chairs, she said. Well, I'm here for one big announcement, and the big announcement has to do with our opportunity drawing, where we set a goal as a community, as a foundation committee, to raise $30,000 for TSJG's Benevolence Fund. I've shared throughout the month with articles and in our Garden News, various testimonials from family, the importance and why the foundation is so critical to TSJG and the promise that we continue caring for the residents that live here. I'm excited to share, I know Amy flipped over the board, that we surpassed our goal of $30,000. Yes, big round of applause. In fact, we had a total of 120 individual donors equaling $32,620 against our goal of $30,000. And ultimately, I know you're all here because you just want to know if you won, right? But I do want to take just a quick moment before we I'll kind of share with you how we're going to go about it to keep it fair and keep it fun. But also I want to take a second to just thank our foundation committee members. The idea in itself came up in one of our committee meetings where we often throw anything from quilting to art shows to home tours to bake sales, you name it, we throw ideas around in ways to excite our residents and interest folks in donating to a good cause. And this idea specifically came up from one of our residents, and from there it really took on and took shape. And we had so many of them volunteer their time to sell tickets at our live ticket booths. And many of them carry tickets around and probably hound their friends and their neighbors at dinner and at various activities, encouraging you all to participate. So just quickly, if I could say thank you to our committee chair, Carol Mall, and our committee members, Joyce Aiken, Gloria Kuntz, Ellen Thomas, Joyce Kerkorian, Belva Quatrin, Joan Decker, Al Workentine, Ken Hopper, Carol Caswell, and Jean Chaffee. Big round of applause just for the time that they put into not just the meetings and the ideas, but to sell these tickets and to raise this money. All right, so we talked a lot about how to make this fun and how to make this fair. The whole reason behind buy two, get a third entry was so that you would have as many entries as possible. Keep in mind there'll be one winner per apartment in hopes to be able to spread the love and at least award 3 individual residents with monthly fee discounts. So the thought was we'll pull 3 tickets, making sure they're all 3 separate names. First ticket being first prize, meaning you had the most opportunities in that very first pick. We'll set it aside, and then I'll pick the other 2 tickets, and then I will announce it backwards. Third prize winner, second prize winner, first prize winner. Fair enough? All right. I'm actually very worried that I'm going to mess this up, so bear with me. All right, Ames, you're going to help. It is packed. They're like stuck together though. Okay. Oh, spin it again? We can spin it. Shake her up. And they're not really moving.
There you go.
Okay, there we go. Okay. So I've already picked the first prize winner, set them aside. All right, let's give another shake. All right. Come on. 3 separate names. I'm excited. Just as a reminder, third prize winner, which we'll announce first, is $1,500 off your monthly fee. Second prize winner will receive $2,000 off, and our first prize winner will receive $3,000 off. Okay? Amy's going to hand out, if this individual is here. There we go. Thank you. All right. Our third prize winner for $1,500 off goes to Elaine Johnson in Tuscany 278A. Congratulations, Elaine. Yes, that's awesome. All right. Second prize, again, being $2,000 off. Julie Smith, Piazza 307. Julie Smith. We need a drum roll. There we go. There we go. All right. And Amy, first prize winner, $3,000 off. Drum roll. Kay Pruitt, Milano 112. Congratulations, Kay, Julie, and Elaine. Thank you, everyone, for participating in what we have had, honestly, one of our biggest fundraisers ever for benevolence. I'm so very proud of TSJG and for all of our residents and their giving. So congratulations to our winners. Do you hold these for Pua? I have an announcement. Just to be clear and to clarify around the awards given, when we put on the fundraiser, we spent less than $300 to purchase the tickets. And these tickets were custom with the details and information that we wanted. And then we spent about $50 on the sign where we could color in. But outside of that, the entire amount received goes towards benevolence, with none of the awards coming out of benevolence. So I wanted to be clear that the discounts given are going to be an administrative discount covered by operations. So our administrative fund will cover it. Our benevolence fund is not paying the monthly fees. So it has been all profit in terms of the fundraising efforts. So thank you.
Okay, you're up.
Okay, it's time for the census for June. How many of us were living at the terraces in June? 440 is the total, with 305 in independent living, 60 in assisted living, and 26 in memory care, and finally 49 in skilled nursing. Now let's look at how many independent living apartments are available. Let's look at how many apartments are available for independent living. We have one, Milano. That's good news. And how many deposits do we have? We have 6, 3 in Tuscany and 3 in Milano. Now let's look at the residents who took possessions in June. And I would ask, if you're here, that you'd stand and wait till everyone has been called. Susan Harris, Robin Chiaro, Carolyn Clausen, Mike and Kathy Leader, Ann Delabelle, and Betty Hack, with a total of 6. Is there anyone here? Thank you.
Thank you. And the next item of business is our financial report.
Hello. So you can see our funds are growing. $96,618 total, made up of 2 different funds. Our Wells Fargo checking account, $52,200, and the special fund is $44,400. And the income and expense for this month are the Vintage Boutique had $2,129 of revenue, and the Country Store had $315. We had 3 different expenses, 2 for the Country Store and 1 for a repair for the wood shop. And the Country Store is buying merchandise like toilet paper that we sell to you. That's it. Any questions?
Thank you, both. Okay, and now it's time for committee reports. And unfortunately, I don't have a slide for Hale, but I'll go ahead and slot you in right now, if that's okay. For ESACs. Use the mic, it's up there.
How many are you familiar with Murphy's Law? Well, Murphy's Law was, active, and there's no slides today, but I'll hope to have them next week. What I was going to focus on is the disposable matrix, and I thought I had enough copies of it, but apparently not. And what I was thinking about and how this come about is, what do we do with what leaves our apartment or what leaves us, and where does it go? And a lot of times you don't know. So what I've developed is what I call a disposable matrix, and I'll make some more copies of it. And any of you would like to get it with electronically, give me your email address and I'll attach it to you. But basically, I come up with 19 items of what comes out of the apartment, and I was monitoring that myself to make sure that I'm not a hypocrite with this. And, cardboard is one thing, but they need to be broken down, and that would go in the blue can, as that's an example of it. So I won't go through all 19 items. I won't go through all 19 items, but that gives you kind of a hint as to what we need to be doing, focusing on what we can recycle, reuse, and try to eliminate as much as possible what goes in the black can, that is the landfill. Questions? Yes.
Where do magazines go and glossy paper, like half sheets of paper
Okay,
What-
let me repeat the question because it doesn't go out on the recording. Your question was, what do we do with magazines and other glossy paper?
The conversation that I've had with Mid-Valley is any of the slick goes in the landfill, i.e. the black cans. The non-slick goes in the recycle in the blue can.
Oh, you got a question.
What about glass?
Glass is recyclable, so that goes in the blue can. Any glass.
I've got to the point where I have clothing that is totally worn out, not suitable for the vintage boutique. Is there any way of us collecting that so it can be taken? It's not even saleable, you know, things that are really worn out.
Well, that the information on the matrix says slightly used. So anything that is more than slightly used would go in the landfill if there's not a place to do it. But if it's men's clothing, then local people like Fresno Mission or DAV will take it.
However, can I add to this? Because there are groups that collect unwearable clothing and they basically turn it into rags for people, for auto mechanics and things like that. So we might do some more research on that. Something that would keep it out of the landfill, even if it's no longer wearable.
Anybody else? There's one in the back.
Yes, there is an organization that collects it because I donate it all the time. And so, and I actually bag it because they give stuff to thrift stores. It's good. And I bag it and say recyclable fabric is what it is. So I can give you that. And I understand there's more than one. So,
But you have a contact you'll give him?
yeah.
She'll give you her contact.
Amy, get some exercise back in the.
I've seen people put their recyclable things into plastic bags. Is that allowed?
No,
No, I didn't think
any plastic bag should not be in the blue can
that's what I
or
thought.
in the green can.
Thank you. But I've seen people do that. Thank you.
And I want to do a little bit of special on the Aussie containers. That is the best thing we can do to help prevent items going into the black can.
I had a comment on plastic bags and going into for me, the laundry chutes. Or not, well, they're whatever, chutes in general. The signage on the fronts of those says that they have to be in plastic bags before you send them down the chute. So loose garbage.
All those signs have been changed. And if you have one that hasn't been changed, we'll need to change it. But we made new signs.
Okay, well, tell us what the new sign said.
They say no bags.
Okay, this is going to be fun.
The problem
But they
with
changed them months ago. so if
Mid-Valley
there's
is
still some bags-
their equipment gets clogged up if you're putting bags in to recycle. Any other questions? We are looking for more people to join us. So the second Tuesday of every month at 3 o'clock, join us in the upstairs conference room. Thanks.
Thanks, Hale. Sorry, technical difficulties. Okay. First report is from the Sunshine Committee. Julie Kondo has delivered 6 Get Well cards and 3 sympathy cards in June. Thank you, Julie. And the Vintage Boutique, which we just heard about. Donations are always welcome. Mavis, would you like to speak?
Wow. Well, the following is an unpaid for commercial for the Vintage Boutique. The Vintage Boutique is one of many attractions found on the campus of Terraces at San Joaquin Gardens. There has been a thrift store on this campus since 1992. It is operated by volunteers who are very helpful and friendly and anxious to help you find those items you didn't know you needed. You will find a variety of items ranging from kitchen utensils to top-of-the-line women's tops. It's not at all uncommon to find beautiful crystal as well as collectible art. End of commercial. I want to give a big thank you to all the women in the Quilters group, for they provided us with beautiful patriotic artwork and allowed us to sell them in the boutique. And we took in $190. So give them a hand. Just a reminder, we do not carry women's pants, men's clothing, or lingerie, nor do we have one of those mirrors that make you look thinner. It's on back order. You know, we've all heard the saying, one man's trash is another man's treasure. It's true. On more than one occasion, I have had residents bring me items that they have found in their trash area. These were items, some of them were new, but they were clean and saleable. So before you put something in the trash, see if it's available or meets our requirements, and you might want to donate it. Want to remind you, invite your family and friends to visit the boutique. The boutique is open every Monday and Friday mornings, 9:30 to 12:30. We have acquired a lot of non-residents who are regular customers. I will share an observation I recently made regarding that. The non-residents seem to buy items that our regular customers don't. So it's a win-win situation for all of us. Yes, we still need pierced earrings. Always, always. At this time, we really don't need any clothing, but we are really, really low on just items to sell. So give that a thought. I hope you are all wide awake and heard the treasurer's report. You know, we have a lot of money in our treasury, and I say, let's spend it. So if any of you have any ideas for putting this money to good use in a way that would benefit the whole community, please make it known, and let's spend it.
I agree. Let me know. Thanks, Mavis. Country Store, open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 10 a.m. to noon. Still looking at people that might be willing to volunteer as substitutes to come in there as necessary. Cash or check only, dining points not accepted. Like the Vintage Boutique, all profit is what is our income for resident council. And see Mike Cooper if you're interested in helping out there. Okay, and we're going to hear from Jim Westgate. Is this the Western Jim?
My shirt was so bright that I needed my sunglasses. So thank you all for many cards and encouragement. My wife had a very bad fall last Thursday over by the garden area, and she's doing well. It's just one of those things that happen on campus. We all have to be very careful, but I do appreciate so much your love and reaching out to us and the encouragement you've been to us. So, Spiritual Care Committee. So, new course, great courses started this past Tuesday last night, and it's on St. Augustine, the Confessions of St. Augustine, a 24-week course. Taught by Dr. Cook and Dr. Hartzman. They will explore the history and the most significant literary works written in the 4th century. The Confessions of St. Augustine shaped the theological and philosophical, I'll slow down a little bit, frameworks for Christianity over the past 1,500 years. They address almost every aspect of the Christian faith. How can we know and understand God? How can we interpret the Bible? How do we build friendships? How do we deal with death of a loved one? How do we combat evil and temptation? This series can really help us find what true meaning of life really is. So we'd encourage you to come Tuesday nights, 4 o'clock here in the Talladay Theater. I think you'll find just a real time of encouragement and information that will help you grow spiritually. The Terraces Community Fellowship decided to support the neighborhood church in the Jackson area of our city. It's a community development arm which reaches out to the poor, provides tutoring, counseling, food, clothing. Joe and Heidi White have spoken here numerous times in our fellowship, and we've really enjoyed their relationship with us. We raised $8,500 this past week for their ministry. So we're not able to, through Human Good, use our funds at Human Good for 501c3s. So we do special projects on the side. And you are just a gracious community in terms of supporting, people who really have outstanding ministries. And so we really thank you for that. The Spiritual Care Committee has $75,840 in their account at Human Good. This comes from the offerings on both the Catholic Church and the Terraces Community Fellowship on Sunday morning. So that's where this money accumulates. Since we can't give it to 501c3s, we do want to be able to do other things with it. And we've helped with the piano and several other major projects. The projector you see up here is about 10 years old. It has about 22,000 hours on it, and it needs to be replaced. And so we would like to make a major donation to that. We'd like to do it along with both the resident council as well as the administration from TSJG. So new projector would cost anywhere from $20,000 to $30,000. You can go up from there. But I think with the new digital age we're in, you can see things much more clearly on the screen. This one has been unreliable from time to time, and so we don't want it to wait until it burns out, and then we're really in trouble because then we don't have anything up here. So anyway, that's one of the projects that we're looking at as well. The Spiritual Care Committee is actually planning a spiritual renewal retreat this fall The dates will be September 18th and 20th. That's a Friday night and a Saturday. This will be a time to recharge our spiritual batteries. The focus will be on solitude and community. TSJG is known for its emphasis on community as one of the highest ranked values mentioned by people who live here. The loving and caring spirit of service, helping one another, is what makes TSJG outstanding. The key to dynamic community where we serve one another is solitude. Solitude is where we recharge our spiritual batteries with a deeper encounter with a loving God. The retreat will start on a Friday evening with a dinner together, and then close Saturday evening in the Holiday Theater. It will feature video presentations by renowned speakers, personal time for reflection, group discussions, and times of worship. The retreat is open to all of the residents at TSJG. We will be sharing more information as we go along, but we wanted you to get it on your calendar, September 18th and 19th. The Spiritual Care Committee also recognized that we have a growing Jewish population here on our campus, and we're exploring ways to be more inclusive of their needs. Claudia DeVoe has taken on the task of dialoguing with the Jewish brothers and sisters on campus to know how we might better serve them. So the Spiritual Care Committee really is wanting to serve all of the residents here at TSJG, and so we appreciate your participation with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Okay, Ruth Kallenberg wanted to be sure that you all know that on Saturday, the 4th of July, the library will be closed, but they are normally open 6 days a week. So make sure and get your books on Friday so you'll have them to read over the long weekend. There is no report from Building and Grounds today. And there's no report from Fund Band because they are on hiatus, over the summer. Enjoy your summer. And the next thing we have is Campus Life Committee. Claudia DeVoe.
Well, hello, everybody. What a great crowd. And I see a lot of bright colors because bright is the future is bright. And that's the theme for today in our, 250th anniversary week. Okay, let's see. We have the fitness coming. All right, this is a class that's been going on for a while. It's at 10 a.m. on Tuesdays, and the news is that it will continue through the month of July. It increases flexibility, improves mobility, and it's just plain fun. The Dining Dudes. This is not until the end of the month, but everybody likes to know at the beginning of the month. The Dining Dudes will meet Wednesday, July 22nd, in front of the bistro to depart to Famous Dave's. That's an RSVP affair because there's a bus involved. The Dining Divas will meet Wednesday, July 29th, 5 p.m. here in Holiday. And the treat will be Maui Hawaiian barbecue. The cost is $20. You pay at the concierge desk, cash, check made out to TSJG, or charge to your account. You must sign up on Kibico because they can only hand 65 divas at a time. Okay, this is where I mentioned today is bright color. And I mean, it just looks great. A lot of you are in bright colors today. It's the Patriotic Week. The future is bright. On Thursday, tomorrow, July 2nd, the Great American Pastime is happening. Join us at a beanbag baseball game, and Star Spangled Review featuring Ed Hull and the Happy Time Jazz Band. That is just great. It's really fun. If you're new here, you do not want to miss it. And even if you're old here, you do not want to miss it. Friday, July 3rd is more on the band, Strike Up the Band. It's a screening of the 1962 movie, The Music Man. Saturday, July 4th, a patriotic picnic. Lunch will be served here. And you wear your best red, white, and blue. And if you only have blue, you wear blue. It's an and/or kind of affair. As for the July highlights, let's look at this Brain Q at HQ. Human Good has this program going on, and it's about brain health. And they say there's going to be a live demonstration, that the live demonstration explains that brain health is just as important as physical health. I think we all knew that. And offers Brain Q as a proven tool to help you maintain and even improve your brain health at any age. That will be on Monday, July 6th, here in Tulladay, 3:15 p.m. Next, also on July 6th, is Exploring the Language of Music. It will be an ongoing affair on Mondays. I think it's led by Bob Bird. And here's what he says. Come join a discussion about music. Less of a class and more of a journey together. No music knowledge is necessary. Less is actually preferred. Well, we all qualify at one point or another. So that's Mondays, July 6th at 1 p.m. in the large conference room upstairs. And Jim has already handled St. Augustine's his confessions. I will just add something that Doug reminds us of. After St. Paul, nobody has more influence on Christianity than St. Augustine. And then the other thing I add is it's not just church organization, it's politics and government and a lot of ethics. And how is he relevant today? Well, he's the first one who came up with the just war theory. The presentation is excellent. There are two professors. They change often, and they really are engaging. So, come join us. It started yesterday. That's why I can tell you something about it. But we have 23 more sessions. They start on Tuesday at 4 p.m. You're out at 5 p.m. And if you hurry, you can be first in line at the at Speranza. Also, July highlights. Here are a few items this month. Kaiser Permanente is going to present Sleep Better at Night, and I think we can all use that. They're providing an education session with theme bingo. Tuesday, July 7th, 1 p.m. in Piazza Commons. And our friends over in assisted living are inviting us for sweet treats and live beats. It's an afternoon of music connection and sweet treats. The music is live music from Matthew Malcolm, Tuesday, July 7th at 2:30 in Tivoli. And here is something really new. I'm wondering how many have heard about this yet. It's called Stitch Care, and it's on-site clothing alterations. The first session will be Saturday, July 18th, between 1 and 4 p.m. in Piazza. Now, what will happen is there's a limit of 10 people Each person can bring one garment or one item, and it's possible to have the hemming of pants, dresses, skirts. You can have waist and size adjustments, sleeve and length modifications, button repairs and replacements, zipper repairs and replacements, emergency fixes, and adaptive modifications. This, of course, is sign up. Since it's a limit, there's a limit of 10 people. You contact Quincy if you want to sign up. It's $6 for the appointment and the repair. And before I say that's all, folks, I have to say it's not all, folks. You know, you have a monthly calendar, you have Garden News, and on the back is a weekly calendar. Cubico's always coming up with announcements. So there's much more going on. And I just want you to remember to check out everything. And if something you haven't done before, might be a good time to try it. Thank you.
Shirley's up.
Wow, there are a lot of people here. Okay, on Monte Carlo, the menu was out on Cubico already, so you should have had a chance to see all the good stuff on there. And it begins Friday. So it's going to be really good, and you have a lot of choices, so make your reservations. This month, there will be no prime rib special on Fridays. But no worries, it'll come back. It's along the line somehow. But you have so many choices this time, so you can go to Monte Carlo quite a few times. And also, Amanda's come up with a special drink and local wine and a sandy dessert. So all those good things on Monte Carlo. And again, about our Aussie containers, you know, when Amanda has to put an order in for replacement, it costs money. And you know what happens when we have to spend a lot of money. So don't throw your Aussie containers away. Get them in the right containers and get them returned. Most all the special events have been talked about. You've got a big barbecue coming up on Saturday for 4th of July, which has a lot of different things on it. So get out and come to the barbecue on Saturday. There's some time changes too, so check Cubico and your mailboxes and all the posters around and all the other communication you get for the times of when the bistro is going to be open and the times for the barbecue. Okay, comments. I am generally getting comments that most everybody is very pleased with what's going on with our dining venues. And I'm hearing lots of good reports on foods. We've had some changes due to your comments. So we really need your comments for our committee to discuss. If you have something that is disturbing to you, we want to know that too. But we're really enjoying lots and lots of good comments about dining. So keep the comments coming.
Thanks, Shirley. And next one is Centenarian. Dennis Painter.
So one of our purposes as a committee, can you hit the, is to keep you informed about our centenarians and to share their inspiring stories with you. The biggest question I get is how many centenarians do we have here at TSJG? Currently, we have 12, and In 5 days, we'll have 13. That's why that's up there. I will be telling you first about our newest centenarian coming up, Elaine Buchanan, turns 100 on the 6th. She lives over in Tivoli. She was born and raised here in Fresno, went to school at Roosevelt High School, graduated from there, met her first husband there. This is World War II now. And he went away to war, and she went away to school in the Bay Area, to nursing school, and was there 2 years. He eventually came home, the boyfriend, and they got married, and the nursing school proceeded to expel her. No married nurses, apparently. So she came back to Fresno, enrolled at Fresno State, changed her career path, and went into education, got her teaching certificate, and went to work for, next slide, went to work for Fresno Unified as a teacher at Tenaya Middle School as an English teacher, and then eventually ended up in the district office as a resource specialist, curriculum specialist. They had 2 children, 2 girls, and unfortunately, after 15 years of marriage, her first husband passed away. She was 35 at the time with a couple of girls to raise. And eventually, she met Bob Buchanan, and they married. He had 2 kids as well, so they had kind of a merged family there. She had an enjoyable life. They traveled extensively, took cruises, that kind of thing. She moved into TSJG in 2019. She's over in Tivoli, has lost almost all of her sight, but she says, this was a quote to my wife, I'm almost blind, but I'm grateful that I can see what I can see. And she wanted to let you know that her door was always open, and she loves to have visitors. So that's Elaine Buchanan. She will be our newest centenarian. The other centenarian is one that I reported on, or I tried to report on a year ago. We did it at the Centenarian Spotlight on National Centenarian Day, but I don't think I ever managed to get it finished in here. Elaine, many of you know Elaine. She may be here. She often is. Dottie. Where am I? So Dottie was born in Springfield, Oregon in 1925. I need to know whether, is she here? Because she often is at resident council. If she is, I want to have her stand up. Good, because I'll probably say something wrong, starting with her name, and she will let me know about it. She is probably our most active centenarian. Many of you see her in the dining room about 4:15, 4:30 every day. It's often around the bistro at lunch. So she was born in 1925. Terry did the interview with her initially a little over a year ago and asked her about her remembrances. And the first thing that she remembered as a young child was her mother singing Christian hymns all day while she did her housework. And then another memory was being the middle of 9 children, so she was number 5. And then a big one was at age 5, they moved to a very rural area outside of Springfield along the Seeslaw River. And one of the things I was afraid of was pronouncing that incorrectly, because I almost always get it wrong, and she corrects me. That picture, go back again, just a second. You can see that picture of the river as it is today. Even now, it's a very idyllic situation, and it is very rural in central Oregon, and it runs down to the coast. Next. So the big deal was she had to go to school, and she had to walk 3 miles each way, except the river was in the way. So her trek to school every day involved 2 river crossings, going and coming. that was something that she certainly remembered. She remembers the milk boat coming up the river from the coast. They were very rural, not much news out there, so it wasn't just milk that they got once a week, but they got the news from the milk boat once a week. Another memory was learning to drive on a tractor at age 11. She apparently learned her lessons well because on her 100th birthday, she still drives, and she went down to DMV last year and renewed her driver's license for another 5 years. Another memory was working in the bean fields. Started out on her hands and knees pulling weeds, moved up to a hoe, and eventually she got to be a picker, where she was paid 3/4 of 1 cent per pound of beans picked. She has an incredible work ethic, as you'll see throughout her life as we go along. Okay, after high school, again, we're in World War II. She went to work in a bakery, not as a baker, but keeping the machinery working. Most of the men were off at war. Women were doing all kinds of things that they might not have done otherwise. Then she went to work in a metallurgical factory. The metal that they worked with most was tantalum. I looked it up. I'm supposed to know these things, but I don't anymore. Tantalum is next to niobium, and it's kind of like titanium. But they used it to make plates that went into the heads of soldiers who had been wounded during the war. So that's what she did. And then her boyfriend came back from the war, and they got married. And he stayed in the military and was there for 23 years. They had children. And then he unexpectedly died. And so she was a widow with children to raise and family in the Fresno Clovis area. So she came here to have family around her. And she needed a job. So she went to cosmetology school, and that was her career until she met Bob Glim, who was a professor in the agriculture department at Fresno State. They were introduced by a matchmaker at their church, and he brought children to the marriage as well. Most of the children were adults by then. Their big social life for many years was part of the Red Wave, home football, basketball, and baseball games, and traveling to out of town venues quite often. Then when they retired, you'll see a picture of their motor coach over here. That is a GMC Palm Beach. That was top of the line in those days, folks. Very heavy. You see the double axle in the back. I've ridden in those before. So they travel all over the lower 48, Alaska, Canada, Mexico, spent a lot of time RVing, and they were also members, very active members of the GMC Motorhome Club. And at one point, they were the hosts for the national convention here in Fresno. Bob built it around the agriculture department at Fresno State. And one of the people who attended was quite wealthy, apparently. He became so enamored with what was going on in the ag department here at Fresno State that he donated, what was it, 29 something like that, $29 million, which went mostly toward building the Jordan Ag Building on campus. So she was a great fundraiser. Carol, maybe? Think about that. Might have some ideas. Okay, so today she lives on her own, no assistance. I'll finish it. I can finish it. Lives on her own in Piazza. She helps the Lord out a little bit as far as her lifestyle. She exercises daily. She swims during the summer in the aerobics class. And hello, Amy. So again, very active. Everybody else is going to watch this anyway. I will too. Okay. Her 100th birthday last year, she invited 100 people. It was held right in here. Some of you were probably there. And the furthest person, her sister, came all the way from Switzerland for that celebration. As you know, when somebody turns 100 here at TSJG, they get to specify their birthday meal. They can have anything they want, and we've always been able to provide all of our centenarians with their requests. You'll see what hers was last year: a lobster, a small salad, a baked potato, cold asparagus, and fresh fruit. And she had tiramisu for dessert. So that's two of our centenarians. I have another one that will be turning 100 next month, so you'll hear about one more, at least during the summer. Thank you. I enjoy telling you about these people. They're special.
That is it for the business part of the meeting. And as always, we will ask the staff to leave, which they're doing. And I've opened it to any comments or questions or ideas that you have that you'd like to address with no staff present, so that if you something that you want to bring up to staff and it would be anonymous, you can certainly bring it up here and we can talk to them. So anybody have anything they'd like to add? And if you need a mic, you'll have to come up here because I don't have anybody walking around with a mic at the moment. Can you? Oh, okay. The battery's low on that one, but you can try it. Is there anybody? Any comments, questions? Yes, ma'am.
Now that we have an art center, I haven't heard of anything going on at the art center.
Well, yeah. Let Patty talk and let me talk, and we can give you a couple things.
The next project, Ellen is going to have a bead making class, fabric bead making class. You made those beads a while back and made them into jewelry. And then I'm going to have another decoupage pot with succulents in it. And we were talking about garbage. I just saw an adorable beach bag that is crocheted out of the plastic garbage bags that we all get. So I may be asking you to save some plastic bags, and we can learn how to make our own beach bags out of them. And the other thing I'm working on is old water bottles that you cut up and make into flowers, and then we'll make a decoration out of them. So, but the art studio is open to anybody who wants to come over and use it. If you have any questions, give me a call, and I'll come and show you where things are. There's a diagram on the counter that numbers the drawers and what crafts are in the drawers that you can use.
We should introduce Patty as the coordinator of the art studio. Yes. So she's the person to talk to. If you have any other ideas for classes or things you'd like to take or things you'd like to give as classes, please let us know, because that's the whole point. That's what it's for. And I have the beads on for those of you that haven't seen them yet, and it'll be in the Garden News this week. It's the first class is on July 14th.
Mm-hmm. Any other?
Anything else? Everybody is so happy. No questions, no complaints. Okay, well, it's, Speranza's open, so go for it. Meeting adjourned.